What a monumental week this has been so far. President Trump being reelected is absolutely incredible. And it's amazing how it is rippling through the entire world. You know, politicians right now are quaking in their boots. Some are obviously cheering. But the big picture is, you know what, as we take a look at everything that happened in the United States, finally, there is somebody that is focusing on jobs, prosperity in their own country, and he, I think, is going to be an incredible president for the second time. But you know what happened, though? In Canada, we've got our Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau. And you know what? They've had a horrible relationship in the past. In fact, Trump has turned around and called him two-faced. And you know what? He's right. Justin Trudeau, of course, is going to talk out both sides of his mouth. Here's a quick clip at what he had to say.
We've been preparing for this. We're looking forward to doing this work. And we're going to make sure that this extraordinary friendship and alliance between Canada and the United States continues to be a real benefit to Canadians, but also to people around the world.
You know what? I don't buy anything that he says, never has. Right now, he is quaking in his boots, okay? And quite frankly, you know what? I'm going to tell Justin Trudeau that you need to take a page out of Trump's book, especially when it comes down to taxes. Now, Chrystia Freeland, speaking of taxes, our finance minister, you know what? She's not any better. Deputy Prime Minister, let's see what she has to say about the outcome of the Trump win.
There are a lot of Canadians who are feeling unsettled today. And I want to say to all Canadians that I am absolutely confident that Canada will be prosperous.
You know what? Canada's going to be prosperous when you are no longer in power, Christian. And hey, don't forget, we got to take a look at getting rid of Trudeau at the same time. This is one of the things. She is absolutely positive that Canada is going to be prosperous, not under their leadership. But speaking of leadership, somebody that's been vying to become the Prime Minister doesn't have a chance in hell of doing it, decides to hop on the fear-mongering. This is Jagmeet Singh, the head of the NDP.
Now is the time for us to come together to defend Canadian interests. I know that the results of Trump, right now what it looks like Trump's election, is going to have serious impacts on Canadians. So we need to come together, all parties, all leaders, and put Canadian interests first.
You know, Jagmeet, you need to show a little bit of respect. How about President Trump, maybe Mr. Trump? You calling him just Trump? You know what? What should we just call you? Sing song? I mean, quite frankly, you're insulting. And you know what? The fact that you're sitting there making it sound like some kind of terrible thing, well, you know what? Maybe for people like yourself and some of our other politicians, but for Canadians, you know, the fact that President Trump has been re-elected is going to be a positive thing. He's excellent for the economy. In fact, the financial world is starting to take off. Incredible increases this week. You know what? And one of the things that people don't realize is when we talk about gold, okay, when gold starts to come down in price, what does that mean? It means that it sees the world as being steadier, and gold did come down this week as soon as President Trump was reelected. Now, there's some other, issues around the world. We all know it, the Ukraine-Russian situation. So this is what President Zelensky had to say. I recall our great meeting with President Trump back in September. I'm not sure if he actually was in the same meeting that we all saw, because Trump wasn't kowtowing to him. He wasn't sitting there pandering to him right away saying, hey, I'll give you whatever you want. In fact, Trump has insinuated that he's going to turn around and pull back on the entire funding of the Ukraine. And when we discuss ways to put an end to the Russia aggression against Ukraine and developing mutually beneficial political and economic cooperation, you know what? I got to tell you, this guy's a complete flake. And you know what? It'll be interesting to see what Trump actually ends up doing. But I can tell you, he's probably shaking in his boots right now. We've got Prime Minister Netanyahu out of Israel. Your historic return to the White House offers a new beginning for America and a powerful recommitment to the great alliance between Israel and America. I would agree with that. You know what? That is a very good statement, and it is very important that we take a look and address all of these situations. I'm pretty sure that when Trump gets on board, a lot of people are going to say, okay, we cannot do what we've been allowed to do over the last 4 years under the Biden-Harris regime. So you know what? I think there's a lot of people quaking in their boots. Speaking of quaking in their boots, you know, President Macron and Chancellor Scholz, this is kind of funny because they're sitting there saying works towards a more united, stronger, more sovereign Europe in this new context by cooperating with the United States of America and defending our interest and our values. You know, this is one of those things where, you know, I don't know if you saw that, you know, they got rid of a few of their caucus there, and they're going to continue to probably trim the fat. So here's the thing. You know what? President Trump is recognized worldwide as probably one of the most dominant leaders we've ever seen. And with this new election and the fact that he did win so resoundingly, I believe that he is going to have a huge impact on the economy of the world, the reduction of the warmongers. And you know what? As a Canadian, we sit here and watch, you know, and I have to take Jagmeet Singh's comments, you know, completely out. We're not sitting here in fear, okay? We know what Canada offers and means to the U.S. I want to thank everybody for one of my last posts. You know, some wonderful comments from our American neighbors telling us how much they do love Canada. You know what? I can tell you it's a reciprocal feeling. You know, Canadians love the United States of America. We consider you our big brother. We consider you a huge part of our lives. And it's nice to know that you're going to be on the right track, and we're hoping to get there soon ourselves. So, you know, big picture stuff, you know what? Thank you for all your pledging of support to Canadians. This is really important to us. And as Canadians, guess what? We have to fight for ourselves, folks. We got to make sure that we are watching out for our family, our friends, the next generation. That's so important that we always focus on this kind of thing. You know, thanks so much for tuning in. Hey, listen, I'd love to hear your comments on what you think the whole world effect is with Donald Trump now being reelected and being president number 47. Looking forward to him coming in power. I look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks for watching.